why do we consider black holes as the non-physical entity? This is because when we talk about physical entities, we do mean the very basic criteria for something to be considered as a physical entity is that it should have its connection with the space-time. Now we have physical things, physical entities very common, in the world around us. Now let's say you have the phone you're watching this video on. Now that phone is made up of material particles. Those material particles are made up of molecules. Those molecules are made up of atoms, and further where we have subatomic particles. Now what we have is that those subatomic particles have some mass energy, and mass energy has a deep connection with this fabric of space-time. Now in case of black holes, space-time does not exist. Yes, the very fabric of space-time which makes a physical entity breaks at the singularity, and black holes are ultimately the singularity where the fabric of space-time has no meaning. Now one might question there, but black holes are still considered to be having some mass. Alright, but that mass is very different from what we are observing, like the world around us. It's very different from the material particles, because let's say we have a planet, let's say that planet has mass, so we do have that correspondingly we have space-time curvature associated with it. But in case of black hole, we don't have like that. The whatever space-time curvature the black hole has is just the past of the star it ever formed from. So that star, when it gone to supernova, it somehow, this total mass energy during supernova somehow created that space-time curvature, and that space-time is curvature is still followed by anything else, by any particle or anything else which comes into that space-time curvature. So that the thing, that space-time curvature is what we thinking as mass. Generally speaking, what we consider like mass generates space-time curvature, but space-time curvature can also be thought of as mass, like black hole. In case of black holes, we are doing this. When we say about black holes, it has mass. That mass not necessarily must have only physical thing which we can touch, or which we can touch. Yes, so even the space-time curvature can represent a mass, and that's the reason why we call black hole to be having some mass. But in reality, black holes are non-physical entities, because ultimately they end up at the singularity, and singularity is the point where space-time has no meaning, and where space-time does not exist. We can't define a physical entity there, because every physical entity in our universe has a deep connection associated with the fabric of space-time. And in the black hole, we don't have this fabric of space-time existing there, and that's the reason why black holes are the non-physical entities in our universe.